We have seen that many times, the haka being stood up to the Wallaroos striding forwards as the Black Ferns did. Really passionate stuff. This should be a game full of fire.
Absolutely, both sides really up for the game. You could see by the facial expressions on the New Zealand girls during that haka, they are ready for a big fight today. And Australia weren't going to stand back and watch, they just moved forward together as a group. And it's going to be a great battle today. I can't wait for the game to start.
Well, Australia are considered the home side, but of course we're not in Australia, so no waltzing Matilda ringing round here at the Surrey Sports Park. If that doesn't stoke the fires, I'm not sure what does. Oh, Dana Teagarden is the referee. First woman ever to referee a senior level men's international game of rugby union. It was France versus Chile back in 2007. The USA Sevens in San Diego, so an experienced campaigner. You get the feeling this may be one of the tightest games in this World Cup.
I think it is. She's going to have to use that experience today.
So it is the Sevens World Champions to kick off to the 15s World Champions in this Tri-Nations pool. And again, gets us underway. Richards involved already at 10. There she is. Flat she stands. She'll be standing there all day long.
Yeah, New Zealand like to get the back row players into the game straight away, and there we had Linda Atuna making a break early on. Not the devastating break we saw Casey Robertson make in the last game, but certainly still going forward and winning good ball for Anna to get into Australian territory.
When the Black Ferns played South Africa on Friday, it was a training ground run in the end. Today a much different prospect as the Black Ferns steal the first line out. Brazier. Brilliant in that first game with Juliana Emmanuel. Richards kicking, and worth noting, heavy rain, we've had sun. We've got a swirling wind here. Sometimes it's from your cameras across the field, but other times it's from right to left. Worth making the point, New Zealand with the wind at their backs in this first half.
Yeah, Anna overcooked that a bit there. Just went for a little bit too much length. And as Johnny said, the weather conditions difficult to work out today. But Anna's a cool head, and I'm sure she'll remember that and put it right.
You said earlier, Jim, 4 seasons in one day, and that's exactly what we've got.
Yeah, almost hailstoning before, brilliant sunshine, but let's hope that it stays dry.
To Campbell, Cheyenne Campbell, penalty coming to Australia. Toby McGann coming in, of course, due to Tui Ormsby's fractured eye socket. She's unable to fly home. The bone is so close to her eye, they can't risk her flying. Bad injury for Australia. A lot of responsibility now on the shoulders of Toby McGann. Pepper just about takes it. There she is. Nasty clash, wasn't it, with Berry?
It certainly was, and they'll miss her being the vice-captain of the squad, but hopefully she's staying around to impart some of her wisdom and to help the girls keep going forward.
Porter, big strong run from her after the run from Hodgkinson, who's won virtually every single accolade in the game over the last 12 months. We'll go through those awards a little bit later on. There she is again. Didn't start against Wales. Neither did Cheryl Soon, who's at scrum half now. Whenever she plays, she is the captain, so it's an interesting selection choice. I was told yesterday at training it was very much on form, the side picked. So Soon, presumably, has had to train very hard since that game. Big hit from Brazier, wasn't it? turnover, got the penalty for the Black Ferns.
Yeah, I think Australia are going to have to really work hard on keeping the tackle count down after the last game. They gave far too many tackles away. Probably been working on the discipline within the side, I would imagine, at training in between the games. But they'll be disappointed in good field position there to give away possession to the New Zealand Black Ferns.
Black on the line. Black on the line. On the line.
It was Real Manuel. Leads the haka. Proud Māori tradition. Plenty of New Zealand-born ladies in the Wallaroos side. Likes of Morgan on the wing. Physical game, wasn't it, Friday for the Wallaroos against Wales. No quarter given.
Yeah, very feisty encounter, very physical, and lots of argy-bargy, which is great fun for the crowd to watch.
Manuel. A very different start to the game against South Africa for the Black Ferns. As Haere Fox goes in. Richards just delicately chipping it into the Wallaroos 22. Control kick, those years of experience. 21 years ago she made her debut.
I remember Anna Wells, she's always had that cool head though, even as a young player. A very, a brilliant fly half to have in the squad.
Some time on the ball, hasn't she? Often the sign of a great player. Time on the ball. Soon, just for the box kick. Here's Cheryl Soon. She was born in Rotorua herself. Captain of that famous day in Dubai back in March 2001 when Australia won the World Cup Sevens against New Zealand in extra time. 15-10 was the final score. So they broke the voodoo. Now they've got a lot of confidence from that. Whenever you mention sevens to an Australian women's player, their face lights up. And so it should. A very proud day for Australian women's rugby. It's the Black Ferns with all the possession so far. Around the fringes, Navia, done by Australia, and the Black Ferns will have the scrum. Speak to the Australian coach, John Mementi, who's a scrum specialist. He was scrum coach at Sydney University for most of the teams. And I asked him yesterday, did you see any weaknesses in the Black Ferns game against South Africa? He said, no, not really. But he did pick out that the scrums might be one area. He might be able to get some go forward, as he put it.
Well, it's a great attacking position here for the Black Ferns. I'm sure they've got a back row move up the sleeve, but I'm sure they'll stay cool, no white line fever. They're not going to be trying to force a try in these early stages, but just go through the phases. And I'm sure New Zealand will hope that while they're up in this territory, they're going to put some points on the board of some description.
Front row for Australia. Sa'u Polululu Legaga, known as Polu, so I think we'll stick to Polu for the rest of the match. And Lindsay Morgan on the tight head side, known as Mad Dog Morgan, just the kind of lady you want in the front row. There she is, with the scrum cap, against Mel Bosman, lady from Canterbury. Fa'amau Sili, Tiora Haere Fox, Black Ferns front row. All the tricky pronunciations out of the way, and a penalty to Australia. Technically, you would think with John Mementi as the coach, you would expect them technically to be very good in that area of the game.
You would indeed, and it is an area I'm sure they've targeted as a possible chink in the Black Ferns' armour. But New Zealand still have possession. They should have made more of that kick, I feel.
Tricia Brown does have a siege gun boot on over Australia. Somehow turned that one over. or Hepper. She's not a star of the women's game already. She's quickly becoming that hat-trick against South Africa, and she really should have scored at least 4, if not 5 on the day.
She was a class player, but you know, some mistakes were there. Maybe the pressure of the first game nerves perhaps meant that they didn't function on quite all 4 cylinders, but they're back in that corner again. They're really putting the pressure on Australia this morning.
Polu. Loose line out. McGann has to come up from fly half. She's only a few metres back the line out, right on the Wallaroos try line. See how strong that wind is. Right in the faces of the Wallaroos. Brave work from Toby McGann. Important line out for the Black Ferns here. Hayway, so often used as the go-to forward in the Black Ferns line out. It's crossing, and Australia have another penalty.
Making sure this time with the kick, she didn't want to give possession away again, and Australia will just be looking to edge up the pitch yard by yard. See the ball going forward from the line out.
Good decision by the referee. Australia just can't find a way out of their 22 at the moment. Brazier, 10 points against South Africa. Kicked very nicely from the ground. Again, good inch forward. Must go that time, the captain. Jensen talking to the referee. Just wondering whether there was hands in there, but it was a maul, clearly called by the referee, and Australia have turned this ball over again.
They'll be delighted with that. They're slightly more upright in their position in defence. In the last game, they gave a few penalties away, but they just made sure they stayed strong and kept their hands on the ball, trying to get that turnover. And they did. They'll be pleased with that.
They are a very physical side. A side that is having fun on this tour. Various games they play. Funny hat was being worn after training yesterday.
Yeah, you can see the team spirit amongst all the teams in this competition. Every side seem to be enjoying themselves. Obviously, the ones that lose aren't so happy, but in between matches, it's all going really well.
Black Ferns edging forward of that scrum. Hodgkinson, good pick up from her. And there's Trisha Brown. Wondered whether we'd see her boot coming in. Just clears Australia slightly further away from their try line. Well, the Wallaroos bring their mascot with them. Wallamina, she's called. And the youngest person on tour has a responsibility of carrying her around if she goes missing. And there's trouble afoot, fines are given. We're at liberty to say what those fines are, but good team ethos. New Zealand penalty though. Still 0-0. A very different start to the game for both sides. In fact, Australia, of course, racing away with 3 opening tries against Wales. New Zealand scored 6 tries in the first half against South Africa.
It's 2 minute penalties.
They did, yes.
All the things that we discussed.
A real match
play
today.
Positively. Fix it. Yep.
Too many penalties was the message from Teagarden. Referee from the USA, Rebecca Marnie, will go for post. Kelly Brazier kicked very well, didn't she, against South Africa? Responsibility down to Rebecca Marnie.
Yeah, Rebecca Marnie was the first choice fly half in the November tests against England, and I'm sure she's been disappointed not to be starting the first game, but she's here today starting at full-back, so they're giving her the nod on the kick in front, and she'll be doing well to kick in this swirling wind today.
Victoria Grant played at fullback in South Africa. Moving to the wing today to allow Rebecca Marnie to have a chance to start. Chance to stake her claim. And now a chance to opening the scoring here. Just trying to bring it round. Not enough in the end. Shake of the head from Rebecca Marnie. Manuel jumps on the loose ball. Lavia. The open side does so much unseen work. Does Justine Lavia. Penalty to the Black Ferns. Now this penalty count is going up and up and up. When will we see the referee go into a pocket?
I have no option. Move the tackler.
Yeah, a little bit of naivety there with the quick drop out. The Black Ferns were sharp, they were ready, they were there, and it was never going to work particularly well in that position. Manuel nice and sharp onto the ball, and of course Justine Lavia in close support as she is throughout the game.
Ormsby does the sensible things, the right things at the right time. The injured Wallaroos fly half to McGann. More of a pretty player, if I can use that expression. Tried something there, it didn't come off. And it's given this possession to the Black Ferns. Driving towards the line, there's the first try. For Alma Osili, goes over. She scored against South Africa, she has scored against Australia.
As we thought, perhaps it would be one of the forwards scoring early on. They weren't going to give space for the back line to show their class just yet in the game anyway. And a dominant New Zealand Black Ferns drive there. Good control at the back, and then she sneaked in round the outside. They'll be happy with that.
Yeah, she often takes that sort of kneel back roll at the base of the rolling maul. Breaks off, and she's got enough power. Powerful lady. Sneaks around the side, and it's 5-0, and it was coming. The pressure was building and building. With these weather conditions, you have to get some points on the board when you're in the Black Ferns half that they're in this first half.
Indeed, I mean, to use the old cliche, it's definitely a game of two halves with these weather conditions, but New Zealand will be happy they've got some points on the board, but we'll certainly be looking for a few more before the halfway point.
Marnie can't have the extras. She's patient, wasn't she? Technically a very good rolling maul.
It was good body positions, certainly a little bit lower than the Australians. They were quite upright and ended up going back at a rate of knots. They'll try and put that right though next time.
Polu is going off. She was New Zealand born as well. Niece of junior Polu. Played at Toulon. Harlequins signed for Exeter now. 16 caps for Samoa. She's gone off. Margaret Watson has come on for her. Far more easier name to pronounce. Plays for Newcastle University, New South Wales. Hargreaves was told by the referee there not to uncertain terms. She wasn't binding on, and Trethowan warned by the referee. Saying Hargreaves wasn't particularly attached herself, but such is the way of the modern flank. It wouldn't have happened in your day, Jill, of course.
Of course, no, not at all. But interesting in that scrummage there, the ball very, very quickly sneaked into the second row of the Black Ferns scrum, but if the lady with the whistle isn't noticing, then you can get away with it. The Black Ferns will try and get away with it. As you can see, if that wasn't fed, I don't know what was.
Marnie putting a great deal into that kick. Brown is there though. Beck had to get out of the way and sharply. The effort for Trisha Brown, she was excellent, wasn't she, against Wales? Scored that 4th try right at the end. Beautiful individual effort, the bonus point try. Player of the match as well, of course.
A very cool head, yes. Certainly somebody who you'd put in your sort of world 15 at the moment. She played really, really well.
All-round sportsman as well. She's played cricket at representative level. Trisha Brown used to play in the Australian Gaelic World team in 2005. Quite a sportswoman.
Pause, engage.
Just that try for the Black Ferns. Tea Garden has seen this time the feed, and Australia will be annoyed, won't they, after that last scrum?
They will, yes. Maybe they thought as the Black Ferns got away with it, they'd have a try, but no, I think Teagarten's up for it, and if she sees it from either side from now on, she'll penalise them. New Zealand back in that favourite corner.
Taking the tap. Rusko, the captain. Speaking of sportswomen, captain your side in 3 different sports. I think you can be called a pretty good sportswoman. Australia have turned it over though. Gaines kick knocked down. Australia made the mistake. Jensen was almost there. Cilia was there as well.
Great work initially from Hodgkinson there, who turned over the ball. Good grafting number 8 work at the bottom, but then a little bit of accommodative errors, one knock on, then another.
Silly almost had a 2nd try of the match, 3rd of the tournament.
Both of you. Pause, engage.
17th cap today. Played in the World Cup final 4 years ago, Edmonton, Canada. Of course, reigning world champions, going for their 4th successive World Cup title, the Black Ferns. Free kick to the Black Ferns. Just building this pressure, Itunu, determined run from her. Saw that in England on their autumn tour last year. Hohepa comes through, she comes crashing through. Try number 4 for her in this tournament. Try number 2 for the Black Ferns today. She is a rising star in the women's game.
She picked such fantastic lines there, and Anna Richards popped the little ball back inside to a class player at pace. Very, very difficult to stop indeed.
Training ground move, wasn't it? She came late at such an angle, at such pace.
Yeah, a little bit of a gap there in the defensive line, and if you leave a space, Carla Hohepa will certainly take it.
Version is good from Rebecca Marnie, and again Anna Richards taking it to the line, not afraid. Hohepa is on hand yet again. This is her 8th cap, and that is try number 12 in a Black Fern shirt. That is some scoring record. So 12-0 now between these Trans-Tasman rivals. Control the game very well. either at 10 or at 15. Victoria Grant in there. Allowing the player to get up. Lavia has stolen it! And she's stolen another try, has she? Yes, she has. 2 tries in as many minutes.
Yeah, Justine Lavia, she's always there, she's always sharp. She's not really a big driving runner, but she's always doing the work, and she gets around the park brilliantly. She'll be delighted with that score.
Victoria Grant with the pressure on Kobe Jane Morgan. Should she have allowed her up? Well, the referee's decision is final. And Lavia, as you say, does so much of the unseen work there in the dark areas of forwards play. Has got a reward.
Yeah, I'm sure the Australian players will be upset by that, thinking their players should have been allowed to get back up to her feet. But good work up by Victoria Grant. Mauled the ball, snuck it back in the Black Ferns' direction, and of course Justine Lavia was there to gratefully take the try in the corner.
One from 3, but that's bad stats on a day like today. Just waits, hoping that wind drops. It doesn't. Good strike. Successful though. Brian Evans. Nice fella. Cool, calm man. See what it means. 3 tries already. Brian Evans will be happy alongside Grant Hansen, his assistant coach. They don't like beating anyone else more, do they?
No, bitter rivals.
11th time they've met. New Zealand won all 10 of those previous encounters. Australia have only been within 7 points once in those 10 games. 17 points the difference is they need the likes of Debbie Hodgkinson to really step up now. Another good run from her. She's come back from a knee injury. See that right knee heavily strapped. Just a precaution though.
Yeah, I think she was looking to see who was coming to tackle her. She's got to just use all the power that she's got to go straight forward down the field, and don't think too much or you're going to get hurt.
IRB Women's Player of the Year back in 2009, presented that award presented to her by Brian Lima, featuring of 4 World Cups, as well as Gareth Rees, and Jill Burns is in that category as well. 4 World Cups.
Thanks, Johnny. I'll pay you for that later.
Also Australian Sevens Player of the Year last year as well. That's men and women. The likes of Aurora Henry, Clinton Sills. There's no moving feet. Ball flying into the commentary box.
Yeah, Debbie indeed is a powerful and dynamic player, but she hasn't had much space to run into today. She'll be hoping that they can create some for her to run into later.
So far in this game, we've just been looking down to our left. This is one of the first times outside of restarts that Australia have been here, right in front of us. Not straight of the line out, so the Black Ferns with a scrum. And Tunu trying to get the pass away, didn't she, to Jensen, experienced campaigner, Emma Jensen. Not shy of the physical either for a wee lady.
Yeah, she's been around a long time. Good player, and of course, experienced partnership with Anna Richards there. The 9-10 Auckland pairing seems to be working very well.
Well, while we were getting excited about Justine Lavia's try, Kobe Jane Morgan was sent to the sin bin. She was the lady who wasn't allowed back off the ground. So down to 14 players anyway, Australia. Jensen, Richards, end over end. Trisha Brown races after it. She's got the pace, but that is a beautiful, beautiful strike of the ball from Anna Richards. What a cool, calming influence she has on this side.
It is, yeah, and to think that she wasn't initially in the, in the squad for this World Cup is amazing, really, because you would always put somebody with that experience and those skills in your first choice team. But she's been starting in the first 2 games this World Cup campaign. I think she's securing that place for herself.
Lydia Arul was ruled out of World Cup selection due to a knee injury. It's on by goal. I have to say, just a note, the referee in Australia played Wales on Friday said yellow. Somebody once said it's not Australian yellow, it's Australian gold. So I'm glad Dana Teagarden's calling Australia gold. Proud of the green and gold, aren't they? Proud sporting nation. They will not like the look of the scoreboard at the moment. Here's Jensen. Richards, little fumble from her. Hohepa. Marnie has cut down Hohepa on the return. Has she got there? No, says the referee. Just millimetres short there. There's the ball. Possession is there for the Black Ferns. Jensen. Fox. Grant. Lovely take and give. Marnie. Well, Hepper was outside. He may come off anyway. Try number 4 for the Black Ferns. Bonus point is bagged already. And is Justine Lavia. Try number 2 for her. Well, if the Black Ferns put down a statement against South Africa, they're putting another statement here against Australia.
Indeed, they appear to have so much time on the ball. The offloads are superb, working together. And once again, Justine Lavia at open side pops up at the right place at the right time. Great play here. Managed to keep hold and then patience. Matthew Grant's great feet. Not such a great pass, but it was sorted out, and Lavia was there to put it down over the line, smiling as she dived.
Victoria Grant, absolutely brilliant. So simple, but brilliant take and give. She straightened the line, gave the pass. Any youngsters watching, that is the way to take and give. Marnie, another conversion attempt wide on this left-hand side.
I think her 2.5-year-old Emma will be watching back home, hoping that Mummy can get the ball between the posts.
She did have some time out of the Black Ferns game, didn't she? Missing her daughter.
She played in England for a while down at Clifton, and then went home, had a family, and is back playing brilliantly now with the Black Ferns team. Not such a good kick that time, but the family will be very proud of her nonetheless.
Here is the sin bin offence. Morgan, I think, he's holding on to the ball while she's on the ground. She, and I'm sure the Australian management would argue that she needs to be let back up off the ground. But anyway, there'd be plenty of warnings by a referee. No penalties in that area, especially the Australian 22. The Black Ferns have taken full advantage, 2 tries. While Kobe Jane Morgan in the sin bin, she's still there, right in front of us here in the commentary box in Guildford. Charlie Williams, coached by Sterling Mortlock back home, big influence on her career, she said. Now Australia putting it through the hands. It's just Kate Porter, lieutenant in the Australian Army, can't take the pass. Veteran of the 2006 Women's World Cup in Canada, Kate Porter, but 6 foot, one of the tallest players here at this tournament. Victoria Hayway is 6 foot as well. Much straighter feed for Emma Chinsom there. Tunu. What a selection headache for Brian Evans. Casey Robertson, player of the match against South Africa, and Itunu, 2 or 3 barnstorming runs already, but it's been turned over. McGann here.
Yeah, it's a nice headache for the New Zealand management team to have. You know, I suspect players will be playing in different positions just to make sure. So he's got his 15 first-choice players on the park, but a great problem for them.
Via makes the tackle. Hodgkinson, both knees strapped, pumping those legs. This is better from Australia, creeping forward. Service from Soon. There's a mini break from Campbell. Daughter of Jonas Fijian international, 6 caps back in the 1990s. I would like to have a look at the territory statistics. Just by my reckoning, that is the first time Australia have been in the Black Ferns 22.
There's 2 penalties on this player, there and here, for the same infraction. Her hands are on, but she's meant to still be able to support her own weight. Now you want it. Yes.
The final warning from Teagarden. Look at, there we are, that confirms our thoughts up here, 1%. But with the wind, it's not such an amazing stat as it seems. Jane Morgan comes back on, and the referee just wants to say hello again. Welcome back to the game. He's swirling, but predominantly, as we've said, right to left, so at the backs of the Black Ferns. It's an incredibly successful side. 7 games in between World Cups. It's amazing, really, when you think about it. Incredibly technically good they are with such lack of preparation. 7 games in 4 years. Australia haven't played in the last 12 months a test match.
Yeah, I think their club games are of a slightly higher standard, though. So certainly when they play the sort of regional games, Canterbury, Auckland, and the like, they're all of a standard that would be proud to play with the Black Ferns shirt on. So they do get quality games, although not quite so many of them.
Williams can't take it. McGann can. A few steps really is her forte. Ball in hand. Hodgkinson, what can she muster from here? Soon. Morgan coming into the line. Trethowan offloads to Porter. Penalty, Australia. Well, we've had a final warning. We've had a final warning as Soon goes. She's seen some space. Campbell. I was saying, Black Ferns have been warned on several occasions now. It's Australia with possession here. Rolling it round the sides to the left. Left again. Ever closer, the Black Ferns may well have come up with the ball here. It's been spilt.
Coach is good. Knocked down by Black. Scrum
was turned over initially. The Black Ferns knock it on. Tiorahare Fox, I think it was, who just knocked it forward.
Yeah, good passage of play for the Australian team here. Would be building their confidence a little bit, knowing that they can get into the Black Fern territory. Yeah, as you could see, as the referee said, the post was good, but the Black Ferns knocked on.
Constant running clock here. May have a couple of minutes extra time here soon. Cheryl soon. Just knocks it on, doesn't she? Half break from her, but that's that defence from the Black Ferns.
Yes, indeed. The referee was acting as another a help for the attacking team there, sort of getting in the way a little bit for the New Zealanders, but there was a knock-on, so ball turned over.
Again, Shani Williams can't take it. It's opening up for McGann. She'd had to have Morgan slightly closer to her, went for the trickier pass, and it is dry, certainly, but with these conditions, it's about doing the simple things, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. Some of the Australian players, and McGann's no exception, have got great sort of seven skills, but in wind and swirling wind like today, it's not the day to chance it.
Cheryl Soon was an IRB ambassador for Rugby 7's bid. Very proud time that was for her. And of course, Rugby 7's now in the Olympic Games. 2016, Rio de Janeiro. Great news for rugby fans. Trisha Brown has had plenty of time running back, covering the ball, hasn't she?
She has just they've been quite busy back in that bottom corner of the pitch.
Who would be a hooker throwing into the line out in these conditions?
Fine. Backwards.
Backwards, Jensen's pass just cut out momentarily. Richards, that was brave. She knew the tackler was right on top of her. Brazier often gets past that first defender, doesn't she, with that lovely step of hers. Marnie looks one way, comes back. That's good hands by Tahare Fox.
Just slightly forward though. The ref was right there, saw it happen, and possession for Australia.
Hearing the referees might last play. One last chance for Australia to record some points. 22-0 the score. 4 tries already in the bag. Of course, so important, just the 3 pool winners guaranteed a place in the semi-finals, and of course a best runner-up from the 3 pools, so want to score some points. Wales still to come for New Zealand, South Africa for Australia. It's physical out there, isn't it? Melissa Rusco just being told by the referee, coming in from the side.
Yeah, the New Zealanders were craftily slowing the ball down there, so Australia couldn't get the quick ball out. It was a fair stop there.
You're already in the heat infringement area. 4 black, yellow card.
Vita Robinson has to spend 10 minutes on the naughty step.
Yeah, that'll be interesting going into the second half with New Zealand only having 14 players on the park, and you know Australia will then have the wind behind them. It's something for them to sort of build on.
She's off her feet there, and not sure the Black Ferns can complain. They have had plenty of warnings.
Yeah, and I think during that play there were a couple of incidents that could have been penalised, and the referee just picked that one up. But Robinson would be disappointed. 10 minutes out of the game, but I suppose the New Zealand management will be happy with that bonus point in the bag already before half-time.
Well, Elisa Codling is momentarily on for Victoria Hayway. She had a blood injury, so she's raced off to the changing room. Oh, Elisa Codling, 3 winners' medals at World Cups. This is her 4th tournament. Nasty head clash here. Oof. Ooh, you felt that one up here. Shani Williams going off. Suspect that will be blood. Rua Sims comes on.
Inevitable, Johnny, with the pace of the game picking up so much and players running flat out into each other.
Hodgkinson down this blind side. Oh, look at the pace from the number 8. Porter picks up. It's a good pick up from the second row as well. Soon, crisp service of hers. McGann, Morgan, it's Lindsay Morgan. Soon again, McGann knocks it on. And it all comes to nothing. Such a promising start to the move, and that somewhat sums up Australia's first half. So much good work, and just a little mistake at the end of the play, but it is the Black Ferns who have started this game with a bang. 4 tries in the bank already. They had the conditions, but they lead at half-time, 22 points to 0. The Black Ferns fly half gets this second half underway between these 2 great sporting nations. Huge rivalry, we've seen that already in the first 40 minutes. Jensen starts his second half with a bang. Porter got a hand in there in the way of the pass. An explosive start by the Black Ferns. Somehow they turned it over. And somehow Emma Jensen couldn't find a supporting runner. Manuel is out on this side, so is Hohepa. Victoria Hayway is back on the field for Codling. Patched her up over the half-time break. Will the Black Ferns backline get the ball? Here's Richards now. Manuel almost crossing with Brazier. The 2 wingers out on this right-hand side. Will it come their way? There is Victoria Hayway, former Black Ferns captain, tour captain back in November of last year. It's the forwards, Lavia, double try scorer in the first half, who takes it on. Knocked it on. Good defence from the Wallaroos.
Yeah, but what intent New Zealand had coming out after the half-time break. And the pace there, brilliant break. Some good defence, Porter there, putting the tackle in just before the line.
Jensen, wasn't it? Kirby Jane Morgan bought the dummy, got the bag and took the present home with her, didn't she?
Yeah, I think it might have been a bit of good work by the Black Ferns captain there, sneaking some turnover ball. Good work in the time.
Tremendous scramble defence from Australia. Hodgkinson soon. 2 sevens experts joining as Williams back from that nasty knock in the first half. Porter. A lot of hard carrying, doesn't she? A lot of the hard yards. Let's get from soon. Marnie comes up. Grant. Pass. So calm and cool, wasn't she, Rebecca Marnie then? Not the best kick from Victoria Grant, but the ball has come for the Black Ferns again. Jensen is there. Brazier. Step again. Oh, lovely off-road. Victoria Grant out to Manuel, to Grant. Lovely try. One of the tries of the tournament so far. And they're only playing with 14 players.
Brilliant skills again, all started from the turnover ball. Great work from the captain, Melissa Rusco, who managed to sneak the ball out from the last breakdown. But Victoria Grant, a fantastic feat, so entertaining to watch, mesmerising for the defenders who are standing in front of her. Yeah. There's Melissa, sneak the ball out there. Great turnover. Lovely offload. Working together, defence doesn't know where to go.
Lovely interplay between Grant and Manuel, but it was the cool and calmness of Jensen at the base, of Manuel. Knew she didn't have the pace, knew that Grant would have to come and support. Grant realised that as well, and it just seems to be a subconscious linked relationship between all these Black Ferns players.
It's the coolness and calmness from 1 to 22, which is the key, I think. Every head is cool and calm. They just work together as a team and know what the other one's going to think. They can see the space and they play the game into the holes. They don't look to run into people. They find spaces and they take them. Look at that for an offload. Fantastic. Talking to each other constantly. Great teamwork.
Step from Brazier, wasn't it? So many good things about those tries. Carry on talking the rest of the second half about it. But it's try number 5. Wallaroos cannot afford to make any mistakes here. They need to try and find, grapple their way back into this game, to fight for everything. You're thinking when these pools are announced, this would be one of the tightest games. World champions of the two different forms of rugby. McGann, oh, lovely flick on. Beck is there, so is Orhepa, but at the moment there is only one team in it.
Yes, we're seeing hints of silky skills, you know, from Australia, but New Zealand, just 1 to 15, are playing superbly. They're staying calm, they're doing simple things well, and just taking every chance they're getting.
Throw from her. Difficult conditions for hookers. McGann. To Shani Williams, they use her as the battering ram in the midfield, don't they? Very effective against Wales. Soon has brought an extra element to the Wallaroos play at scrum half, hasn't she? McGann flicked it on. Good hands from her, but it come backwards, says the referee. McGann again. Campbell. Williams. If the Wallaroos do score a try, Williams won't be too far away, but it's Fa'amau Silly who comes away with it. And the hooker. It's an impressive game and a half here in this World Cup. Brown, run from Brown. Huge hit coming in on her though. Oof. Bosman was on the attack. There's McGann trying to find a way through, and they're just beginning to open the door, aren't they, here, Australia?
Yeah, they think they can sneak in somewhere on that right-hand side, but the New Zealand defence is working its way across. If the ball had gone quickly, I think if they'd looked up, they'd have seen a few front row players out there in front of them, but they've given New Zealand a chance to steady the ship and fill all the spaces.
It's Kate Porter. Treffowan. Oh, Treffowan may have found a way through here. She needs support. It comes, it's Cheryl Soon. She's held up though. Victoria Grant, is she? No. Try. That is what Australia needed against the 14 player, Black Ferns side. But it is Lindsay Morgan who scores. Didn't Australia need that?
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely, lovely dummy there. Trying and trying. Good upper body strength there. Lindsay Morgan will be delighted.
Foul, almost could have stretched and scored herself here, but soon had the ball. Grant had the ball, but then a big tight head prop. Lindsay Morgan came up, said, no, I'll have that, thank you very much. And I'll have the try as well. The first try the Black Ferns have conceded of this tournament.
Yeah, I did think Victoria Grant was going to actually turn over the ball on the try line, but I think the upper body strength of Lindsay Morgan there told, and she'll be delighted to get 5 points up on the board. And the Black Ferns will be disappointed somebody's crossed their try line.
Defensive coach will be happy, won't they? 129 minutes, first try conceded. Nicole Beck kicked very well against Wales. The kicks are well there. John Momenti looks on, pensive. Amy Bullfella played for Sydney University, played for Benetton Treviso as well. While he was there, coached the Red Panthers, the women's side, but he'll be happier now. Something to work on, something to build on. Dana Teagarden likes to have a word with a player coming back off the sin bin. And the Black Ferns back up to a full complement of 15 players. From Australia, and just when you score you want to take the restart, don't you? Just calm things down again. Australia have made the mistake from the restart. Here's Grant. Marnie was there for the pass and had space in front of her. Tremendous drive again by Lavia. Richards. Famau Silivi takes it on again. She does a lot of carrying, doesn't she? The hook is almost like a third flanker.
She does, and a little bit earlier she not only tackled the player, she got up to her feet and stripped the ball away from the Australian player before anybody else arrived. Yeah, she's a quality player indeed. Great leg power. It's just what the Black Ferns backline need. Good ball going forward for Anna Richards to then pick her spaces and put people into them.
And they're quite obviously keeping ball in hand here, aren't they, the Black Ferns, against this wind. You'd expect them to do that for the remainder of this game. Cheryl Soon has had the magic sponge. See from the hair there. It is blowing. The commentary notes have almost been blown off. In fact, we've almost been blown off the gantry here. And that takes some wind, I can tell you. Hargreaves using her footballing skills to put Australia in the right areas. That's where they want to play the game. Right in the Black Ferns half. She's an abrasive, fiery player. Plays right on the edge, as you would expect any flanker to do. Played at 8 against Wales, moved across to the open side flank today. Does not take a backward step. Alexandra Hargreaves. Her third World Cup. Jensen, Richards, and Newell. Again, good tackle. The Wallaroos 10. Jensen again. There's Richards. Brazier. Excellent tackle from Shani Williams. Driving Brazier back, but Brazier has a presence of mind to keep hold of the ball just as we said, Hargreaves just plays the game right on the edge. Good example of that. She didn't release the player. She was the tackler. She must release as soon as you go to ground. Penalty. Great tackle from Shani Williams.
Get all the way in.
Training mechanic. Plays for the Royals. Shani Williams, she was the Rookie Player of the Year a couple of seasons ago. Great line out throw. Obstruction. Two players in front of the ball. And Australia need every rub of the green here, don't they?
They do. They need to keep a bit of possession and work their way down into the New Zealand half. That's not the way to do it. Strong wind, just kicked too far. And what do we do? They give New Zealand possession back near the halfway.
Ruth McKay comes up. Laura Hare Fox comes off. Ruth McKay comes on. Take her place in the front row. Another selection headache for Brian Evans in the front row there. You thought there's a couple of positions nailed on, you would have thought, for the Black Ferns. Lady in shot there, Famo Silly. You'd have thought would be first choice, of course, Melissa Roscoe. Itunu and Robertson, a difficult one. Number 8, Hohepa, almost cruises down the touchline. Takes out the gentleman holding the microphone.
Watch the quick one now.
Powerful break from Itunu, but Hohepa running out of play. Robinson trying to turn the ball over. It's with Australia though. He's soon. Two captains head to head there. It's like size difference. T-Gun, the referee's gone down. She's back on her feet. Hargreaves, another abrasive run from her. McGann, Lavia lined up the fly half. Just what you want from your open side flanker.
She's having an outstanding game, Justine Lavia. Always there where she's needed.
Yeah, good. The tacklers, back up the gate.
The referee just letting Melissa Roscoe know what the penalty was for. T. Garden seems to be okay. She's back on her feet. Justin Lavia and Toby McGann. Oh. That's the way to cut out the ball to the outside backs.
I mean, Carla Harper doesn't need much space, but that was not quite enough for her to get round the outside. Australian defence managed to stop her going.
She's not shy of the camera, Carla Harper. Just as well, she scores plenty of tries. Marnie.
Stop! 5 seconds!
Hargreaves told to stop. It's gone nowhere. A little bit too high. You really need to keep the ball low in these conditions. Hepper tackling Cheryl soon. Beck was there. Williams. Australia this time get their line out right. They only lost one line out against Wales. Different story today. Brown. Hodgkinson can't take the ball, and I'm afraid it's those little mistakes that are beginning to add up for Hepper. She has such pace. Hargreaves can't take her. It's Beck against Hepper. One of the head-to-heads before this game started. Comes off Campbell's head. Slung inside by Hepper. Knew what she was trying to do, but Australia have scrambled back. Nicole Beck showing great pace to catch Hepper. Marnie to Grant now. Now there's a bit more space. Manuel on the scissors. Bosman, head down, the loose head prop. Richards, flat again to Victoria Grant. New Zealand realising not too effective kicking the ball in this wind, so keeping the ball in hand. Lavia. Australia driving through, but illegally. You just cannot afford to do that when you're 27 points to 5 down in a game of this nature.
Certainly not, because if Australia go down to 14 players, having been warned and warned, the New Zealand team will take massive advantage of it.
There.
And they are down to 14. Kate Porter, there was 3 yellow cards against Wales. That is 2 today, and discipline was something they've been working on since Friday. But as it seems, they haven't worked on it enough.
Very entertaining passage of play there. I think as these sort of scrambling defences were coming into play, there was some gaps and people started to take them, and it was a real sort of spectacle for the supporters who are watching here.
You're ahead.
Third time now.
Blocking instruction. She's obstructing access to the ball carrier. No, she's got ahead of her. That's 2. Okay. No more.
I made that 3 times in this game. And referees saying no more. It's an interpretation, and you have to adapt to the referee's interpretation of certain laws, don't you?
Yes, I think so. They've probably been practicing line-outs. You know, they've been doing line-outs on the training field. They've been sneaking into the car park and doing secret training sessions. They've probably been practicing doing that very move, but you've got to adapt to what the referee says, otherwise people will be walking.
And to the letter of the law, the referee is correct, but some referees won't pick that up. They'll be standing in a position to pick it up, and New Zealand have to adapt to that.
Yeah, and they know she's looking for it now, so they're a good side. I'm sure they will.
We're looking for interpretation. Melissa Roscoe not happy with the decision. Massive tackle from the captain there. Manuel as the wind whips up around us. In Australia, John Momenti was talking in the days before, since the Wales game, I should say, about adjusting to referees' interpretation of the law. They had those 3 yellow cards against Wales, came through it, of course, but again today they've had 2 yellow cards. They just haven't done what he said.
And once again, that last yellow card was, of course, for coming off your feet, going over the ball, and you know that was something which was highlighted last time and something they should have learnt from. Be disappointed.
Good scrum from the Black Ferns. Tunu to Jensen, and is Anna Richards Manuel now. Grant. Almost through, wasn't she? Hodgkinson working hard there to try and turn the ball over, and they have. Knock on. Australia, Hodgkinson, now back. She has a chance to show her pace. But it's a great tackle from Victoria Hayway. Got across, using that big stride of hers. Melissa Roscoe takes the quick line out and she's away. Needs support now. McKay, Jensen sensibly cuts back inside. Plenty of space on the left-hand side. Richards, can she see the space? Can she use the numbers? Grant. Oh, it's lovely play again. And this Black Ferns side are in a different league at the moment.
They are, they're way out in front. You know, they just look for any little space. Great angles, great lines of running. You know, and Richards just distributed the ball beautifully out wide there, and they took all that space in the corner. Really great to watch.
And it wasn't going right at the line out, was it? So they decided to take the quick one. Australia were caught napping. Roscoe and Jensen, that experience again.
That's right, totally sharp, as the Australians were asleep really, sort of waiting for the line out to take place. But look at that, forwards linking with backs, see where the space is, get it out wide. Look at that line, fixes a defender or two. So much space for Emmanuel to go over in the corner. She's having a great afternoon.
Richards knew it was on, Grant knew it was on. I've been impressed by her this afternoon.
Oh, she's having a fantastic game, yeah. Who's not in a black shirt, Johnny?
Manuel, another try for her. Try number 3 if my calculations are right. Wonderful try. Playing heads-up rugby, simple as that. It is a simple game. At the end of the day, it is a pig's bladder over a white line. And New Zealand play it so simply and beautiful to watch.
It is, it's that see, read and then play. They all look up, you know, 1 to 15. You've got prop forwards joining in with that last passage of play, and they know exactly where the spaces are, they know where the ball needs to go. And then just one lovely line of running to fix the defence and put somebody in on the outside. Brilliant, simple rugby.
There, Maskell is on. Daniele Maskell, I should say. Ruan Sims is on as well, his 3 brothers. All played for the Brisbane Broncos. So you can imagine how physical it was in the back garden when she was growing up. Patricia Hina is on. I would suspect Rebecca Marnie will slip in at 10 as Anna Richards has gone off. And Tricia Hina will go into the centres. Kelly Brazer moving back to fullback. Yes, that's how it looks like they're lining up. There's Marnie at 10. Well, lovely step, doesn't she? Such quick feet. Jensen doing the simple things really well. She's had a terrific afternoon as well, isn't she? It's the difference at times has been that controlling influence at half-back.
It has indeed, and it's just the fact that mistakes aren't being made. The simple things are done well all the time, and it's the key to success.
Yep. England fans awaiting their team coming up, of course, right after this game. England against Kazakhstan. You'd have thought the England management will have one eye on this game. Many people tipping the Black Ferns to meet England in the final. To say at the moment, Black Ferns have got one foot in that final already.
They're certainly the team to beat.
Trethowan though. Australia not in their nature to give up. Hodgkinson with the Johnny Hills medal. Australia first women ever to win that award. Likes of Gitto and George Smith. Chris Latham have won it in the past. Here's Sims. Chip ahead for her. Victoria Grant has to go back. Just shepherds the ball out. Just 2 minutes left on the sin bin now. Even the line-out's going well for the Black Ferns. And it is difficult, isn't it, to find any weakness in their game?
It is, yeah. You know, they had a period in the last match where things didn't go quite to plan, and I think they lost focus a little bit, but they've certainly put that problem to bed in this game. It's a very, very controlled, very dominant performance today. They'll be disappointed that Australia have scored against them, but with only 10 minutes left, almost a five-star performance for them here today.
Sorted? Are you sorted? You're back? Okay. Oh, they went behind.
Qualified for this World Cup, beating Samoa 87-0, 15 tries they scored back in August of last year. Australia delighted to be here, one of the emerging nations certainly, and of course that Sevens World Cup win certainly gave them some confidence. Sims tries to crash through the midfield. McGann, Morgan, Kobe Jane Morgan tried to get the offload away. Yeah, possibly see the difference. New Zealand may well have just died with the ball there, kept possession, but Australia trying things. Well, I suppose they need to now, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Has been involved since she's come on, but it's huff and puff, isn't it? Black Ferns' house still remains. There's a raft of substitutes coming on now. Coxedge coming on, Penny Tito coming on, Herring coming on. Hargreaves is coming off for Australia. Shannon Parry coming on. Kate Porter will remain on the bench after her sin bin is over, because Rebecca Clough is coming on. So, 10 or so minutes for Australia to get something from this game. Only once ever been within 7 points of New Zealand at the 15-a-side game.
Send them on. I can't hear what numbers you're giving me. No, that was the yellow card coming back.
Three all-black replacements.
No, I cannot hear you.
Impressive performance. 9 tries against South Africa.
11, 2, 9, and 11.
Already 6 today.
Thank you.
And this is, due respect to Wales, but the big crunch game in this pool for the Black Ferns, isn't it? And it's 32-5.
It is. It's almost been one-way traffic as well. You know, Australia are a very good side, but it's just not worked for them today because New Zealand have been so good. They're on the top of the game, and they seem to be getting better as the tournament develops and they spend more time together. Yeah, they'll be pleased with the result, certainly.
Yeah, put their foot on the gas at times when they've needed to. When they've been down to 40 men, they've defended valiantly. Australia will go back to the drawing board. Discipline, I'm sure, will be on the whiteboard come tomorrow morning. McGann has another go. Trethowan tackled by Marnie. Shrill blast. Penalty to the Black Ferns. 11 minutes we're hearing now still left in this game. And Coxedge wants to take it quickly. I think she will be pulled back. Marnie now playing at 10. She can't play there, of course. Played there on the autumn tour. McGann keeps it in field, but only to find Horhepa, who was chasing,
The first knock on.
like any good winger should. She's not just about scoring tries, is she, Carla Horhepa?
No, she's certainly an all-round player. And they're all so sharp and ready, and that they just react so quickly to what's going on around them. It's that rugby mentality which everybody from New Zealand seems to have, second to none.
There's a Black Ferns scrum. Savage at number 8 now, Marnie. Into Hina on her debut. Only uncapped member in the squad. Played for New Zealand Rugby League women. Abrasive centre. Herring is on as well. The Wallaroos have turned it over. Savage is there with Marnie. Australia have just not been able to play rugby in the areas that they would have wanted to play in, i.e. the Black Ferns 22. It's been in this middle sector of the field. We did see a shot of John Momenti earlier, waving his hand down towards the Black Ferns 22, saying, let's play rugby down there. They've just not been allowed to. Savage. Now these players playing for places as well, aren't they now, the Black Ferns?
They are indeed, you know, and they played with such precision against South Africa, you know, and South Africa have a win under the belt now today, and yet they're not a bad side at all. It's just the excellence from 1 to 22 from this Black Fern squad.
If you are just joining us, South Africa did beat Wales earlier on. Good result for South Africa. Very disappointing for Wales, and you say effectively now chances of reaching the semi-finals are very, very slim indeed, if not non-existent. One area Australia will be happy with is the turnover work. Soon is just thrown to the ground like a rag doll by Melissa Roscoe. Such a physical side. Such a skillful side, they really do have it all. There's Debbie Hodgkinson, one of the earmarked as one of the best players in the world, and she has just found very little space. Hina through the legs, it's showboat stuff now. Herring on the outside, Manuel inside, didn't use her. Far on the left-hand side, the Black Ferns. Coxedge, Marnie, Savage now. That's exactly what the Black Ferns are being, isn't it? Savage.
Savage and ruthless today. We didn't see that in the first game, but all going well.
You know, this time, she's flipped it through the legs. Now she's knocked it on, unfortunately for her. Black Ferns, that defensive line coming up so quickly, it's suffocating at times for any opposition. Brazer can't take it, ball bounces, goes out to touch. We can just sit back now and admire this Black Fern side.
Silky skills there. They not only do the simple things well, they can do the fancy things as well.
More Subs coming on for Australia, everyone being given a go. It's the halfbacks have come off, isn't it?
Yeah, Toby McGann will be glad to see the back of Justine Levea, I think, because she's been making her life a bit of a misery today.
She's popped her in her pocket, hasn't she, Justine Levea?
She has.
Nearly Batty Basanga is on scrum half, and Ashley Hewson has come on at fly half. There's Williams with a big tackle. Oh, Hepper on soon. It's not for the faint-hearted out here. If you're joining us and haven't seen much women's rugby, the game has just come on leaps and bounds, hasn't it, in the last few years. And you can see, if you've been watching this game, the skill levels are absolutely brilliant. And it's worth reminding viewers, these are not professional players. They all have day jobs. Quite an achievement by all of these sides here, but in particular, the world champions at 15s, the Black Ferns.
Yeah, but they certainly, they may not be professional players, but they have a professional approach, professional with a little p. And you can see the standard of play technically is superb now, and the standards of fitness have come on a long, long way. No longer do international sides have 2 or 3 stars. They have stars 1 to 15 and on the bench as well.
Marnie is sitting back, led back into that kick. Brown tries to return it. Savage is there. Coxage. Yeah, saw the pass was blocked off by Sims. That was good play from Sims, the replacement centre for the Wallaroos. Wallaroos is actually an animal. Cross between a wallaby and a kangaroo. Plenty of physicality, plenty of determination, as you expect from any sporting side from Australia, but they have come up against the side who are peaking just at the right time. Game 2 of their World Cup defence. Coxage just caught at the breakdown. Advantage to Australia. Brown comes up. Batty Basanga is there. Oh, this is a hard choice for you, Jill, but it's time for your Sky Sports HD player of the match.
Well, it is a difficult choice, but I've gone for Justine Levea. What a grafting player. Her work in the tight has been superb in defence. She's made McGann's life a misery. And, of course, in attack today with 2 tries. Often the unsung hero. Today, though, Justine Levea, the Sky Sports HD man of the match. I'm sorry, she's not a man of the match. She's a player of the match, of course.
Glad you made a mistake, Jill, yourself. Fraser clears for the Black Ferns. Brown, Australia, still trying everything, in fact. Hodgkinson, she won't give up. Brazier is down and has remained down. Really likes to see a player down. She's just got back on her knees now, but she looks groggy.
Time off.
We will have time off to have a look at Kelly Brazier. She's an important player. She's started at 12 in both these games and moved to 15 now, but she can play 10 as well, so a quality utility back.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, that New Zealand back line, Black Ferns, you know, if you could give several players a player of the match award, you would be able to. But Justine Levea today, she's been outstanding in every phase of play, in attack, in defence, all the quiet work that goes unseen. She'd be a great person to have on your own team.
Yes, you wouldn't want to play against her, would you? But she saw her make a tackle on Toby McGann early, always with a smile on her face. Just enjoying every part of her afternoon's work here, and why not? Game 2, 2 bonus points already for the Black Ferns. Coxage just trying something there as Marnie comes away from the danger. Savage waits. They fancy another try here, the Black Ferns. They have to run it against this window. Penalty Australia, though. Melissa Rusco this time penalised. Thatwood, big handoff from her. Another penalty for Australia.
You went this way.
They don't want to let another score in, do they? They pride themselves on their defence as well as their attack, the Black Ferns. Hewson. Australia trying one last time. Bati Masanga out to Trethowan.
Turn, fine. Hands off, hands off.
It's a great tackle by Mona Lisa Codling there to turn over ball for New Zealand favour. And they clear the lines again, take the pressure off.
And there it is. There is the final whistle. And as far as the Black Ferns are concerned, it is job done, isn't it?
Absolutely, very, very impressive today. Set the stall out, and all the other nations will be looking to them. They're the team to beat at the 2010 World Cup.